What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hakamadi Ant, and you are checking out our Attitude Year Season 3 series recap, covering all things the new millennium in the WWE. We are on the road to Backlash. This is the last Raw is War before the show, so let's jump right into it. Raw is live on April 24th, 2000 in Raleigh, North Carolina, and Kurt Angle comes out and he says the Big Show is the biggest ass in the WWE. So Kurt Angle takes on Rikishi. Rikishi accidentally, Kurt Angle shoves the referee into Rikishi, which causes the referee to DQ Kurt Angle. So Rikishi gets the win by disqualification. After the Big Show comes out and lands a sidewalk slam to Kurt Angle, and Rikishi stink faces the Olympic gold medalist, and Kurt Angle is going to remember this night for a while. The DX Express arrives to the arena, and the McMahon Helmsley regime come out of the bus. We see Trish Stratus backstage in her bra and panties, and she's wearing a jacket, and she talks about tables, and she tells Bubba that tables must be hard. Now, Trish Stratus is definitely a sight for sore eyes. She is beautiful to look at, but what I do like is throughout the night, we'll be seeing her in different lingeries, bra and panties attire, trying to mess and get in the head of Bubba Ray Dudley. Next up, we have WWF Champion Triple H, WWF Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, and Shane McMahon come out to the ring. Shane says, Triple H, I know that you love the McMahon family as much as I do, and you would never pedigree your mother-in-law. I'm sorry I hit you in the face. Stephanie says, I'd like to apologize to all the fans if I've hurt you with my actions. I've been hurt by all the comments that you make about me. Triple H says, many of you feel like I've been unfair about business decisions. Was it unfair to strike Chris Jericho's win? Was it unfair that I fired Earl Hebner? Was it unfair that I made The Rock fight in a lumberjack match? I'm not an unfair guy. That's when Chris Jericho comes out. Jericho says the only thing you need to apologize for is for boring these people. No one gives a damn what you have to say. Please shut the hell up. I want a rematch. Triple H says, do you think you can make those comments about my wife? She's a sensitive flower. And Jericho says she lost her flower a long time ago. And he calls her a trash bag hoe. Shane then challenges Chris Jericho to a tag match. Jericho ends up stealing the WWF title, ends up hitting Triple H in the face with it. So Jericho continuing to get under the game's skin as Triple H heads to Backlash. We see European champion Eddie Guerrero and Chyna getting dressed, getting ready for Eddie's prom on Sunday. He passes GED, so now him and Chyna are going to prom. So they're trying on tuxedos and dresses, and this is funny seeing this. We then see Jericho walking backstage, and Chris Benoit, the Intercontinental Champion, lays out Jericho from behind with the title. Jericho will take on Benoit at Backlash. Benoit trying to get first licks on Jericho here. We then, speaking of Benoit, see Intercontinental Champion Chris Benoit take on the Road Dogg. Tag champions Edge and Christian are at ringside. Edge and Christian are on commentary. They basically say that they're going to interfere in this match, which they do. Edge spears Road Dogg, and Benoit lands a flying headbutt, and Chris Benoit defeats Road Dogg. After Edge and Christian attack Road Dogg, Tori grabs the Edge by the hair, but then Christian hits Tori with an inverted DDT, and Tori is knocked out. Tori needs to learn to not get involved in business in the ring. We then see Kurt Angle asking the Acolytes to beat guys up. They say they only offer protection, and Angle suggests that they quit smoking, and the Acolytes kick them out. We then see the Hardy Boyz taking on Hardcore Holly and WWF Hardcore Champion Crash Holly. Matt Hardy lands a suplex to Hardcore Holly, but Hardcore drop kicks Jeff after getting hit with a trash can lid, and Hardcore and Crash win. After the Hardys attack Crash, Saturn, Tazz, and Hardcore Holly all brawl, and Jeff Hardy lands a Swanton bomb. Matt Hardy pins Crash, and Matt Hardy is the new WWF Hardcore Champion. Crash Holly, the Houdini of Hardcore, has finally been stopped. We then see a handicap match. We have the Big Show taking on Bull Buchanan and the Big Boss Man. During this match, Kurt Angle runs out, low blows the Big Show, hits an Olympic slam to the Giant. That's when the Acolytes come out and attack Bull Buchanan and the Big Boss Man. But Kurt Angle getting the advantage on Big Show, laying him out with an Olympic slam. We then have the Boss CEO, Vince McMahon, come out to the ring. Vince says, I was in Europe doing business. My wife announced that Stone Cold Steve Austin will be in The Rock's corner at Backlash. Triple H, one warning for you. Don't you ever put your hands on my wife again. Triple H, you need to find a partner because Shane has new duties tonight. Rock, if you think Stone Cold Steve Austin will lead you to the promised land, I think again. A year ago, let's take a look at what happened. And Vince shows footage of Stone Cold Steve Austin pouring cement and ruining The Rock's new Lincoln Continental car. Vince says Austin's famous line is DTA. Can you truly trust Stone Cold Steve Austin in your corner? If Austin strikes, it won't be against me. It will be against The Rock. After you fail to become WWF champion again, then you will realize how appropriate the pay-per-view name is. Backlash. So Vince trying to get in The Rock's head, telling The Rock that Austin might be in your corner, but he's going to attack you. Don't trust Austin. Again, Vince trying to get in The Rock's head, leading to Backlash. Next up, we see Al Snow and the Godfather with the hose taking on Steve Blackman and D'Lo Brown. D'Lo hits a low down to Al to get the win. After the Godfather attacks Al Snow, I think Godfather is mad that they lost the match, but random match here on SmackDown. I'm sorry, here on Raw. We then see European champion Eddie Guerrero with Chyna taking on Val Venis. Val lands a fisherman suplex for a 2. Chyna punches Val, and then Lita flies on to Chyna on the floor. Val hits a money shot, and Val Venis defeats Eddie Guerrero after Essa Rios and Lita attack Eddie. And this European title match at Backlash between Rios and Guerrero is definitely going to be good. Next up, we have the Dudley Boys taking on the tag champions Edge and Christian in a non-title match. During the match, TNA come out on the ramp, and Trish Stratus is standing on top of a table as the Dudley Boys go for a 3D on Edge. Trish takes off her robe, revealing her bra and panties. Bubba Ray is pretty much in complete awestruck of Trish, which distracts them, which leads Edge to land a Spirit of Devon, and Edge and Christian get the victory with help from Trish Stratus' impressive body. Next up, Vince McMahon Triple H comes down and announces that the special guest referee for this match is Shane McMahon. So we have Chris Jericho and The Rock against WWF champion Triple H and the WWF Intercontinental champion Chris Benoit. During this match, Vince McMahon low blows The Rock, and Triple H lands a pedigree to The Rock. Triple H defeats his opponent, The Rock, with some help from Vince McMahon here on Raw. However, Backlash is a couple of nights away, and The Rock promises to be champion. Decent show of Raw, not a lot of crazy stuff happening here, but this upcoming episode of SmackDown is definitely one you don't want to miss. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube to stay notified when new content comes out. Check us out on Amazon Music, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.